Hey, and welcome back to the Legacy Crusaders blog. This is Benji, and today I'm doing a very tiny YugiTuber channel review, which is not appropriate for the Legacy Crusaders page, which is currently at 1,762 subscribers as of, December 29th, so a little after Christmas. So yeah, every time I put up a new blog post, I gained 100-something subscribers. It's pretty cool. Of course, the blog itself has only got 10 subscribers at the moment. A few more came in off of the customized Yugioh Pro video. It's pretty cool. So here, who are we going to do some review of? Well, firstly, just looking at my channel just as a reference, generally a video will get about 200 views out of 1,700 subscribers. That's about more than 10%, which is decent. Certain videos do more, which is preferable. So, for instance, the duel videos tend to get about 200, so like the recent upload of Doug versus Akeem, Paleo versus Sky Striker only got 200, whereas these Mech Knight Goki games also got about 200, and BA versus Infernoid only got about 200. So that's not unusual. I guess duels aren't what's bringing in people. It's just stuff to fill up the channel so you don't have to come up with amazing, unique content every single day. It's impossible. I tried a new series, Comparable Card Effects, for card negation. I only got 200, so it's not a very searchable term again, but it was something different. Ruling videos vary depending on whether the cards on the thumbnail or the name of the video deal with a slightly more meta-relevant card, so like neither the continuous effect one or the targeting one did particularly well, but if I scroll back a little bit, Rivalry had like 2,000 views. Also, the Blue Eyes duels also got a lot of views, because Blue Eyes is apparently a big thing. People love to see Blue Eyes. And the How to Plays are getting a lot of views. So the Sky Strikers is at 4,800 views. The True Draco is at 11,000. And there's also the previous True Draco is also at like 10,000 as well. Infernoid's got about 1,000. Ultrageist is at 8,000. So there's a lot of views in the How to Play series, so I'm going to try and do more How to Plays. The Borlo Dragon video actually got a ton of views recently because MST TV put up a bunch as well, so that's at 3,600 views. So might focus more on cards that are more meta relevant when they're more meta relevant. Sometimes I don't like to talk about the same thing that everybody else is talking about. Oh, Inspector Borders at 4,100. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's this channel at the moment. The community tab, I've been doing some polls trying to figure out what to do next. It turns out that How to Play Burning Abyss should be coming up soon. I'm going to ask Akeem to do it. I was purposely trying to get Jelani to do it. Jelani did the Thunder Dragon BA video recently. He's got more tops with BA than I think anyone else I know, so I wanted to ask him to do it, but it's been very difficult to get a hold of. People are always curious what kind of build we're going to play. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a Sekka's Light BA deck. I don't know what else is going to be. Now, one of my friends is testing Defrag Dragon. It would be something interesting for BA, but other than that, not much else happening. Also on the community tab, I found another YugiTuber who did some video on his pretty neat deck, True King Nephthys Cosmos. I'm going to put up a How to Play for that as well. Should be fun. So BA won a poll on what deck to do next for How to Play. I try to do 5 meta decks, and BA is in the lead, so we're going to do BA. These preview thumbnails for the community tab aren't doing much. I'm probably going to stop posting just previews. And announcing of the new series. Got a little bit of interest, but most of these things didn't get a lot of interest. Anyways, let's take a look at some other channels. Now the channels we're looking at are based on my vidIQ data. So vidIQ for free will let you pick 3 competitors and compare how your channel is doing to theirs. And I'm just going to refresh this page just in case it's updated since. I don't update this that often. There's a couple things to see. In the last 30 days, on average, views per day, Invoked 101 has the highest views of the 4 people involved in this comparison, myself being at 553.13, just behind Master Swag King, who's at 595, and way ahead of Swolelax. So that's for the last 30 days. So in the last 30 days, I'm doing pretty good with views compared to my competitors or other YugiTubers at similar sizes. Invoked 101 does almost exclusively deck profiles, so they get a lot of really random search traffic, which works out very nicely for him, so he's always getting a lot more views. Subs per day, I'm at 4.22, whereas Master Swag King is at an all-time low of 1.4. He's been doing pretty bad overall lately. Swolelax is at a 1.69, which is low relative to how he used to do. He did very well. Matter of fact, DZ used to point to him all the time, say, go check out Swolelax. He's got a really high sub ratio. And part of how he was doing that is he just obsessively talked about fan pick decks like Heroes and Cyber Dragons. So he got a lot of views when he was talking about those. Then he started talking about Buster Bladers, and then people stopped caring. So it's not that surprising what happened there. Invoked 101 also has a higher sub count lately. He's going up faster than me. He hasn't caught up yet. I mean, it'll be nice when he catches up. It'll be cool. And videos, I'm releasing slightly faster than Swolelax and Invoked 101. We actually all were at like 0.95 yesterday, but you know, the 30 days changed. It dropped off a video, and I posted a video 2 days ago, so I got ahead of them. And you'll notice the interesting thing is that Master Swag King posts about 3 videos per day, whereas his view count is only barely higher than mine, and his sub count is in the toilet. So I want to talk about Master Swag King first and why he hasn't been particularly successful, and I don't find what he does to be that successful. Now, in terms of getting views and earning revenue, technically he should be doing more, because if we look at all-time views, he's got almost, I don't want to say double the views I have, but he has a lot more views than me. And if he's been getting more views while he's been monetized, he's been getting more money more often. And the way he does that is he posts about 3 videos a day on market watches. And I can't watch them because they bore me to death. I can't stand to watch a market watch. And similarly, the way he posts these, he constantly just makes excuses for why he's doing it badly or lazily every time I watch a video. Everything he has to say is really lazily spoken. The thought process on a lot of things is really lazy. He's always like, I have work here, I have to do this, and none of it actually ever comes to anything. It's just a lot of excuses. I can't watch them. It bores me to death. And if we look at them, all his videos have about 200 views in general. I mean, he does news, and he does market watches, and these deck profiles are real anomalies for him. But he normally just does news and market watches, which he's fighting with like House of Champs on all of these things. So, you know, he's not going to be the most viewed person. So I think he gets the same 200 people to watch all of his videos multiple times by just making an absurd amount of them. So yeah, I don't know. I don't understand his strategy. He's not bringing in new people. His thumbnails are completely like illegible. I don't know what the search terms are. Yugioh Market Watch. I feel like he's never going to outdo like a House of Champs one. I think he's going to be fighting against like 20 House of Champs Market Watches. He's never going to get anywhere. But yeah, his content bores me to death. So that's what's going on with him. So nothing interesting there. As he used the community tab. Next videos will be amazing, but you choose which one first. So I guess just curious. He's got some regular viewers. Just gonna click one just to see. 28 votes. That's nothing. That's really bad. Oh, it was only 6 hours ago. Let's look at 36, 96. Wow, people don't care about a lot of these things. They're more interested in deck profiles. They want him to do something different, but he keeps insisting on doing market watch that no one's interested in viewing. I mean, I know no one's going to watch this video that long because I talked about YugiTube success a lot, which is not interesting either. I don't blame you. That's not why this channel exists, you know. The real channel, I'm never going to see this on there. My next competitor is Invoked 101, he has real growth. He's posting about once a week, at least twice sometimes. Well, at least once a week, every once in a while, twice. Mostly deck profiles here. Speedroid deck profile, Phantasm Spiral deck profile, Demise Ritual, and he updates these. So he does a lot of the same profiles. They don't change too much. And he does some discussions occasionally, and he'll do some fun things too. So he's like the closest to like a real YugiTuber, someone who actually intends to do this long term, like he did. His favorite cards, like, I mean, people who are just here for profiles aren't here for that, so he's providing more personality, and that's going to help him grow. His videos get a lot more views than most of mine do, because they're all deck profiles, they're all getting like 300 or 400 per view, because every individual doesn't need to see deck profiles that they're not interested in, so he's just getting a lot of search traffic. This one, Destiny Heroes of Post-Soul Fusion. I'm wondering if that's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro replay. Oh, actually, Post-Soul Fusion is legal, so I don't know. He does a variety of things, and that helps him get more views, and all of his older videos are still viewable because then the archetypes don't go away, and sometimes he has multiple decks on the same... He has multiple copies of the same deck, just updated, so they can all get views. It's pretty neat, works out nicely for him. Sometimes players don't, when they have this many decks, they don't work them out well enough to like comment on them very well. I think he knows what he's doing mostly. So yeah, let's take a look at my last competitor, which is Swolelax. Get Swole. So Swolelax's videos are a little bit inconsistent. Okay, so he doesn't post them as often, so maybe one every 2 weeks, and it kind of is all random. Like, he'll talk about a single card. I don't even know what this is. I think it's just a meme. He'll talk about this particular deck a bunch of times. He'll do some combos. His thumbnails are better than Master Swag King, but they're very similar to like DZ Fincimo. But at least he does something different with the font, so it's noticeably different, but it is a very similar style, which is good, I guess, because they're the successful ones, so you might as well copy them in some way. Like, they usually just put an image of a card and some text, so that's fine. Depending on which archetype he's talking about, he gets a lot of views or he'll get no views. So, like, Buster Blader didn't do much comparative to what he did for Neospatians, and he did a lot on Neospatians, and he did a lot on Cyber Dragons. He did some Red Eyes versus Blue Eyes stuff. Yeah, he's alright. He just doesn't post often enough, I think. And when I watch his streams, he says a lot of, that's interesting, to a lot of plays without discussing what's interesting. Because I think he's too focused on trying to talk and not able to focus and think. And I've seen him play really badly on stream, which is always disappointing. Because if you want to watch someone play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or listen to their content about Yu-Gi-Oh!, you want them to be playing well, and you want to see that. At least he does play on stream and online at all, whereas it's so rare I get to see Invoked 101 play. He'll eventually have games with his girlfriend, which is neat that he has a girlfriend who could play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's cool. He'll occasionally do a duel video, but it's rare. I guess it's not what his regular content is, so it stands out when you do that. But when you see people play, you get to see if they're good. And Master Swag King, I never see you play. I've seen you play once on a stream you did, and otherwise you just watched somebody else play. And I watched you complain about doing that, having to play the one time you had to play. I don't have my decks on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. What do you do to your decks? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about my competitors in the YugiTube space. I mean, compared to what I do, I mean, it's easier for me to talk up myself. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. I try to do some variety, and I try to do some consistent series. I try and have good-looking duels. I try to give quality commentary on those. I try to provide ruling videos that are mostly accurate to the best of my ability. I try and get experts to do my how-to-plays with me, so that it's not me who's explaining it, someone who's been playing a deck generally. I try and get interesting deck profiles when they come up at locals, because I know what I have to say doesn't necessarily apply to everybody else, and different decks don't always do well for everyone, so I want to hear what people who actually use them have something to say about them. I try to have semi-consistent branding. I know my thumbnails can be a little all over the place, so like if I go to my playlists, I go to the home page, my playlists at least look very similar. So like the how to plays all have a kind of similar look. I think they have like a couple of cards in like some different borders, so that, and the similar text, they don't vary too much in how they look, but they're all fairly popping, eye-popping. The ruling, wait, this is not supposed to be in the ruling videos section. I have to move that. And yeah, they all have a very similar branding here. And my thumbnails, I started using the face of players in them. Except if it's mine, I don't want to show my face. So if it's not me, I don't show them. Yeah, that's going to be this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm going to highly recommend everybody start looking in the community section of the channel if you want to see votes. I mean, I think if you're on your phone and you just scroll down through your subscription feed, you'll see like community posts. I don't think you see all of them, so you might miss some. So if you don't want to miss any, just take a look for those. Yeah, so I'm just going to end this here. And yeah, thanks for watching.